Now we're ready for putting on the hair, but there's a couple things with, if you want to put little nostrils in, I use a G 1.5 dockyard. All I do is make a little hole there and put a little nostril there, and I'll just take my knife and pop those out. Alright, come on now. There we go. That's optional, you don't have to do it, but I usually do it on these. Okay, now the feathering and the cap. The cap is like any other cap I've done. I usually take a V3, which is where? There it is. Okay. Take my V3 and I start at an angle. And I usually do the top row first. Let me sharpen this up for a second. I've been using it quite a bit here. Alright. My V3, and boy, I love taking it to that machine. It's great. I have a little my little sharpener I use for these little tools. Okay, let's see if we can bring it up a little bit closer for you. So you go all the way one way. I'm just going to show you parts of it here, and then you can just keep going on your own, and I'll show you the okay, again, this is a little bit at an angle. Alright, and then I do the bottom part. Now I look at how this is going, and I kind of follow that. Alright, just like so. And when I get this done all the way around, I do one row. I usually do the top row first, do the bottom, and then I blend them. Okay, I just kind of zigzag and, you know, put a couple extra just like so. See? So that's how it looks. When you do the whole thing, it will look like it's like this. Okay, it will look like this all the way around. So you just keep it at an angle all the way around. You do the same thing with the tassel. You go to the tassel, you turn it upside down. I turn it upside down like this. Take my little V3, and then I go at an angle. And I do one row all the way around. This is how I do all my tassels. They're all the same. Doesn't matter if it's if there's a tassel on the top, this is how I do it. And I try to do some closer, some wider apart. Don't worry about them not freeing up right away when they come out. You can have a little toothbrush, that helps to get rid of it. Otherwise, you'll have to recut it under again with a knife. But this works out pretty good. Okay, so there we go. And then I turn it right side up, and I take my little tool and I keep going in the same direction, at the same slant. I'm always going towards the left. And when you do this row, then you do the next row. And you keep going in that same direction. You'll end up with a spiral. You'll end up with a spiral if you just keep going. Okay? Everything goes into a spiral, such as this. So when you do one row, do the second row, and you keep going, and you keep going in that direction, it will end up in a spiral. Okay? So that's how you do those two items. Then when you get to the face, this is kind of the hard part. We don't do anything to this part or the bottom part of the nose. What we do here is something a little different. We have it in a direction going out and down, okay, flowing this way. The from here flowing towards the back. Now if you want to pencil it in, that's fine. The only problem with penciling it in is unless you make it black like this guy is, you're going to have a problem covering those lines. Make sure you remove those lines, and if you use a, how can I explain it? If you use an eraser, it can really mess up the wood, so you want to avoid that. So if you want to just do little pieces, like I'll take my little V tool and I'll kind of just go first to this like a sunbeam, you know. I'll do the same thing over here, kind of like a little sunbeam here, and one going down. Okay, once I have that, then I kind of, and what you can do is just do little marks like this where you need to go, and then blend it in together. Alright, so this is what you're doing here. Alright, here on the nose you're going to go up very little long lines, and go up to the, and you're going to go up and around just like so. Okay, see how we have it all going out, and then all you do is blend all that together. And you'll do the same thing over here. You'll blend this down this way, alright, and then you'll go down to the sides like this. You get down to the side, so it's going to come up and around, alright, just like that. And then when you get to the back here, and the same thing over here, since we're bringing it down and around, you're just going to go up this way and right up to the ear and kind of blend everything together. Alright, alright, so that's how we have it. See, you can go straight up if you want and then turn it here a little bit, but I think this looks just as good. You can bring this up a little further. Okay, and then you're going to blend all that in and down, and same thing over here. You're going to kind of blend everything together over here. And when I come back, this will all be done. So this is how it looks, alright? This is how it will look. And then you're going to put little strokes underneath the hat. A little bit here and there. Alright? So I'm going to finish up the tassel, I'm going to finish up the brim, and I'll finish up the rest of the cat, and then we'll be done with it. I'll show you what it looks like when we have it similar to this. But you can always put your lines out a little bit with this, with the tool instead of a pencil. It'll just save you a lot of time and a lot of aggravation when you go to paint it.